Church sales in my area, some of the craziest sourcing you will ever find, and I'm about to take you into one of the busiest sales this season. Now, I'm gonna be lucky if I find 10 things at the most, but what I can guarantee you is that whatever happens in these next couple of seconds, it's probably going to be interesting, so stay tuned. So knowing full well that I've got maybe 15 good minutes of sourcing, if that, I have to move pretty quick, and I've got to go with what I know and where I know to find it, and that's shoes inside this tent. So there are about 6 or 7 shoe resellers in and around me in line, including the first 2. And the shoes are all the way in the back. Now this year, they've done it a little bit different. In years past, you could just pick as many shoes as you want and it was a total free-for-all. This year, they've raised the price of shoes to $4 per pair, but their limit is 10 pairs per person. So I'm gonna take a very quick look around, and the first thing that I notice is a pair of golf shoes. I'm gonna grab them. They're Callaway Coronados. I have them listed for $25. They had a little bit of wear on the bottoms. But the second pair of shoes that I grab is a very, very clean, brand new pair of Doc Martens. Now, I wasn't able to identify the exact style name, but I was able to identify the style number, and it's 11837. Brand new, and I have those listed for $85. And I'll tell you what, if I leave with nothing other than those shoes, I'll take the $85 sale. So the next pair of shoes I grab is a pair of Merrell Barefoots. I love selling these. They are very clean. They're actually in the wash cycle right now, so I'll put comps on the screen for you. I expect to get around $30 for those, and I just grabbed a pair of vintage Doc Martens. Now these Doc Martens are 939s. They're 6 eyelets. They were like a wheat color. I'm gonna go ahead and run with them at $55, even though they have a little bit of wear. And then I grabbed a pair of Chaco slides, which I don't, Chaco Chaco, I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't normally grab those. They were a men's size 8, but those were also brand new, never worn. So I'm gonna be aggressive with Chaco because I don't do very well with them. I'm gonna list those for $25, brand new without tags, and hope to God that I can sell them quickly, because the size is going to prevent me, I think, from selling them quickly, but $25 for a pair of brand new ones, I gotta believe that that's gonna sell at least relatively fast. I don't know. We're gonna take a chance, but I'm being aggressive with that. And I took a look at the purses, but it looks like the purses were hit pretty hard, pretty quickly. So I'm gonna leave that area and I'm gonna go look for sporting goods, which is also in this tent. They have seasonal items like Halloween and Christmas. They have luggage, which I'm looking at right now. I was looking at what I thought was a Hartman nylon garment bag, but I couldn't identify it, and it was in really poor condition. And then I saw these helmets listed for $150 for each helmet. Who in the world thought that was a good idea? But you can see the sporting goods area right here. So very quickly, I'm gonna grab 2 gloves. They're both Wilson gloves, and they're both for softball. So the one I'm looking at right now is a Wilson A9811. I mean, maybe in between $20 and $30 for that one. And then the one below that is a Wilson A360 15-inch all positions glove. Now, I'm not terribly excited about both of these, but again, I'm trying to move fast. We're like 3 or 4 minutes into the sale, and as people start filing in, stuff just starts disappearing really quickly. So I'm gonna glance at golf, but golf is not my strength, and so I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time doing research on all of these clubs and bags and sets. So I'm really just gonna check out the putters. Like, maybe I'll get lucky and they'll sneak a Scotty Cameron in here. That didn't happen, unfortunately, and you know what? The ones I did pick up might have some value, but I don't have the time I normally would inside, say, a thrift store or a Goodwill to go through them thoroughly, so I just have to leave them behind. I've got, what, 5, 6 pairs of shoes. I have the 2 Wilson gloves, so if I leave with nothing else, we have done just fine, especially since I scored those Doc Martens. So I'm looking at this canvas bag. It doesn't look like, oh, it does look like it could have been LL Bean, or maybe even Eddie Bauer, both of which would have been good pickups at the right price. But now I'm starting to get skeptical because I saw $150 on those two helmets. And then I'm going to take a very quick look at a Coleman lantern that was priced at $26. Now, I didn't run comps on it, and maybe I should have. If that's a $150 Coleman lantern that I just passed up, I'm going to be extremely disappointed in myself. But again, move fast, keep going. It wouldn't have taken much for me to scan the barcode because that did have the box, but I'm like scatterbrained right now. What do I want to check out next? Do I want to look at seasonal? Do I want to look at some of the knickknacks on the other side, or do I want to just get out of there and get into the other line to get into the sale of the regular stuff? So I'm going to take a quick look at some of the Halloween items, but I don't recognize these brands as being anything that would be worthy at least to resell. There's a lot of cute stuff here that I could just stick on my shelves when the time comes. That was a pretty Cheryl's pumpkin, but I don't think I can use that. I'm going to be very disciplined with the things that I buy. So I'll check out some of the Christmas stuff over here, but at this point, I'm really not seeing much. I see lots of bags full, and quite honestly, from what it looked like when I walked in, the shelves are already pretty bare. Look at that. So it happens very, very quick at this sale. They were really smart to hold this and be one of the first to hold their church sales, because I'm saying what, like 1,000 to 2,000 people. It was berserk. So I'm going to take a quick glance at some of the remaining seasonal items, maybe some of the Easter stuff here, and then I'll very slowly make my way over to an area where they had baskets and a lot of, you know, just interior home decor. So this place is pretty clean. In fact, there were a couple of ladies in front of me who were pretty ready to grab some Christmas stuff. They had like 2 bags each, so they probably did very, very well. But you can see the baskets were behind me, and then this is just, you know, like candles, candle holders, a lot of glass. I don't really, this part is not really my strength, so I'm gonna glance at it. They had $10 on what that looked like a stained glass something or other. I didn't think it was worth anything, and I really don't see anything for my own use. So I'm coming back around to the shoes, but we'll skip forward a little bit here because I wanted to show you a pair of shoes I missed the first time around. This is a pair of Allen Edmonds. The style is Chester. They're a wingtip Oxford black, men's size 10, and then the width is C. Prices vary on these. I have mine photographed and listed already at $55. A little bit of wear on the soles, but certainly wearable and still have plenty of life left. I love Allen Edmonds as a shoe brand, and I think the 10C is a pretty decent size, so I don't think I'll have too much trouble selling it. They photographed well, and I think $55 is extremely fair for a pair that probably cost $250 to $300 when they were brand new MSRPs. So I think that's all I've got left in this tent. Again, I'm going over bags. It looks like there was more bags the second time around than there was the first. It's almost like somebody grabbed a ton of them and then went through all of them and then put them back. I don't know if that happens at church sales in your area. Please let me know if you do. But in my area, people have a tendency to pack things into their bags, go and look later, even at the church sales. And there were even a number of like arguments that started between staff members and customers at this sale. For whatever reason, this sale just brings out like the craziness in everybody. So I think I did okay. I've seen all of this stuff once already, going through the bags one more time, but this is it for the tent. Now, again, because they're running 2 separate lines, to get into the tent, that started at 8:30, but if you want to get into the regular church, that starts at 9, and inside that area is where all of the electronics, the toys, the clothing, everything that you didn't see inside the tent naturally is going to be in the church. But this line was crazy long, so I had to go all the way to the end. Finally, once everybody started filing in, I spent maybe 10 to 15 minutes in this place, and then I was out of here. I came away with one thing. It was a subwoofer, and I tried my best. I was looking at, the home goods. I thought maybe this waffle maker would have been something that I could look at, but quite honestly, with the amount of people in here, it was just impossible to really, I guess, even enjoy yourself. I mean, it was just so crazily packed. And I hope they did really well. I feel like their pricing in most cases was fair, but forget about trying to get to the jewelry. All of the vintage hats and shirts had been picked through. I mean, just trying to walk was basically a struggle. So let's get back into the comfort zone and go inside a Goodwill. All right, so I'm checking out these guns here. This is a B Toys, I think Buzz B, Mutator, and then we have some like maybe Nerf Dart Zone stuff here. But what I'm really looking for is a lot of times they get mixed in is the old Super Soakers, the vintage Super Soakers. And I'll tell you what, they still have value. What is that? Dino Squad. So I sold maybe a year or two ago the Laramie model. I think it was a CPS Super Soaker, and I don't remember what I sold it for, but I found it at a garage sale and got it home, tested it, worked. I sold it for either $100 or $200, but I'm always looking for them because they get mixed in here. But like if it's garage sale season, ask for them. You know, do you have any water guns, Super Soakers? Because some of those vintage ones, they still hold value. Now, if they are not, they can't be repaired if they're not working, and it's a long and elaborate process that I won't get into to try to fix them. But crank that thing up while you're there if you find them in a garage sale, and if it works, grab them, because like I said, they're like $100 to $200, maybe even more, you know, as the years go on. Right, 3 bags just came out. They were all Gucci. All 3 of them, while they were very good fakes, they were definitely still fakes. But one of the bags I think is real. It's a non-Gucci bag. I'm gonna show it to you right now. Check this out. So this is a Dooney Burke, and I think the style is Piper. There's a couple of, so there's pebbled leather in the Piper style, and then there's the smooth leather. I don't see a pre-owned one like this on eBay right now. So in this, I mean, there's different styles, and this looks, I mean, look at the stitching, right? I don't know, this looks real. Let me pull this tag out. There's the tag, and then there's the back of the tag. I think this is real. The stitching looks perfect. The leather is in really nice condition, and I think, I don't know, maybe 80, maybe 100, I don't know. I see a lot of them selling for like 100-ish, you know, give or take, brand new, but not this colorway. So what do you think? Maybe $80 to $100, but out of all those fake purses, I'll actually take you over there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But I think this is real out of all of that fake. Let's go look at those Gucci. See what I'm talking about? There's this one, and then there's this one. The stitching looks great, but it's definitely fake. This thing is stiff, and I mean, I don't know. There's no way this is real. It just feels fake. And then there was another, oh, here's the other one. So we got three Gucci's and a bunch of stuff underneath, and I don't think any of the bags underneath are anything to look at. What's this? So there's like a Vera Bradley here. It's kind of big, but I don't think that's anything. This is a generic bag. So out of all of that stuff, that Dooney and Burke I think is real. I'll take it. What about these though? Tory Burch. These are, I think the style is Noel. I was looking at the comps and I couldn't find any comps, at least not in the last 90 days. It's got like this wingtip style on it, Baroque. They're a women's size 7. I see, and I wonder how much this will affect the value. Can you see that, just that little bit of damage on the toe, like right on the toe, a really important part of the shoe. Other one looks fine, and maybe to the naked eye from way up here, it's hard to tell, but they are real. They're definitely real. And the exterior leather looks pretty good. 7. I mean, let's see if I can get in a little bit better light. Can you see that? I don't know, they look fine otherwise. What do you think? The heels look like they're in good shape. So I don't know, between 30 and 40, 30 and 50, not knowing anything else. I should probably quit while I'm ahead. These look pretty good. All right, last item, and that's it. I promise this hot air styler is open, but see the package is split right there? But this is brand new. It's never been used. It's still like, this is like factory ties, and it's got the plug protectors on there. These are good sellers. I'll show you the UPC code. When I scanned it, I saw only 6. You could type in the name of the product and you might get more of a result, but just scanning it, only 6 come up. I don't think any one of them is less than 70. I think because it's an open package and they only want $7 for it, that I can get a minimum of 50. So this fits, you know, it's hitting all the buttons. I'm gonna at a minimum listed for 50, and I'll just put open box and then show the buyer the inside just to let them know that it's never been used. It's just the package has been opened. But $50 and only paying $7, this is perfect, keeps my ASP up, and I think it will be a quick mover because 15 have sold in the last 90 days. So only 6 listed, again, using the UPC, but 15 have sold. It's a good seller. I expect it to sell quickly within 30 days, and I think $50 is an excellent price for it. Let's put it in the cart. And I think that's an excellent place to stop for today. So how did we do? The place was obviously insanely packed. And if you want to see more content like that, make sure you hit subscribe. I'll be bringing, as the spring and summer comes along, more church sales, more garage sale footage to change it up a little bit. The weather's getting nice around here, but that's just how sourcing is in Columbus, Ohio. So Brendan here, Dad Planet. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.